and welcome back to my channel. So first off, let me apologize by saying sorry it's taken me so long to upload a video. Secondly, simply because YouTube kind of is like just the way they're doing things to get your videos recommended, you're required to say, hey, please subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and ring the little bell if you want to be notified of my future uploads. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let me again say I'm sorry I have not uploaded in a while. Recently I had surgery. I don't know if you guys can see my scar here. This is just one of 6 scars. I have 5 scars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scars. Okay, so I have 2 on the back of my head, which you guys can't really see the hair. It's growing back, but it's still super short. Scar here, scar into my ribs, scar in my belly. So it's been a while of healing. So basically the last video I uploaded that week, I went to the doctor on a Friday and found out, hey, you need surgery like right away. And on Monday I had my surgery. Stayed in the hospital, and the day after my surgery we were told everyone was being quarantined, basically no visitors allowed and all that. And thankfully I got to go home that day, so David didn't get sent away from me. So anyways, let's get on with this video. Today I just kind of want to play with makeup. There's something that I've had for probably about a year, so it's been out for a while. Don't know if there's other reviews on it, don't know if other people have discussed it or anything like that, but basically I just kind of want to play around with it and try it out on camera with you guys. But let's start out with what I've done to my face so far. So I used my Alfea face toner, coconut water, and neem. That was my first product that I put on my face. Then I went in with Belief Hungarian water essence, followed up with a little bit of my Claudine Vino Perfect serum, and something I got in BoxyCharm recently, another serum by Kypris. It's an antioxidant dew, quench, and glow serum. And I want to apologize for not doing an unboxing with my Ipsy and my BoxyCharm. Like I said, had surgery, and well, by the time I was well enough to do these videos, they were kind of the month before's boxes. So they're all over the internet, so I chose not to do it. But I am using some of the products today in my video that I hadn't used before. I also went ahead and exfoliated my lips. Then I went in with some Tatcha water cream, which I got in my Ipsy. And I also used Malin plus Gotez Revitalizing Eye Gel. So that's it. Oh, and I also used something else that I got that was new. It's Yanessa Super 8 Lip Oil. Since I had my surgery, I will admit my lips have been pretty just janky. They're busted up, they're really dry, and I decided to try using this for the last few days, and my lips are actually doing quite a bit better. So let's get down to the makeup portion. I have a few new products that I have not used before on camera. Sorry, I'm just trying to put some stuff up here so I can get to the makeup items that I'm wanting to use. The first one is going to be my, actually I think today I'm going to do things a little bit different. I'm going to start with eyebrows, then the eye makeup, then my foundation, because I have not used this palette as of yet, and I'm kind of worried about fallout. So yeah, we're gonna do eyes before foundation. But to do eyes, I need to put on some eye primer. Oh, and I have primed my face. I used my ColourPop All-Star Matte Blur Primer. Let's start out putting on some, goodness gracious, I'm just a mess today, people. Let's put on some eye primer, though. I am just using my MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre, which is what I always use. I know I used to use like some Wet n Wild, and I can't remember the name of the other one. Yeah, I can't remember what it was. So I hope everyone's doing good with, you know, staying home, staying healthy, mentally, physically, and, you know, just taking the time that we need to let this coronavirus pass. I know social distancing and these stay-at-home orders are not easy, but I think they should have been done way before they were in a lot of places, and I'm thankful that they finally are being done. I will say I've tried not to watch too much of the news because it's been messing with my anxiety with everything with my health and then David's health. And then, of course, I have a child, a 13-year-old. It's just like, you know, scary that this horrible, horrible thing is going around and how many people have, you know, lost their lives to it. And it's like really, really, really been bad for my anxiety. Given that I am a major, major germaphobe, does not help. So now I'm going to go in and do my brows if I can find my brow product. I recently rearranged all my makeup. It was right before my surgery. And unfortunately, I do have some memory lapses since my surgery. And it's like trying to figure out what I did with things before surgery has been really difficult for me. And healing's been, you know, so-so. I did really good the first few weeks. Was in a lot of pain with my ribs, but all in all, I did pretty good. Had a little easier time than I thought I was gonna. And then I did something goofy this week and kind of pulled something in my ribs, I guess, my doctor said. And so I am back to, you know, just trying to heal. I cannot find my brow. Okay, I'm going to put you guys on a brief hold while I search for my brow product. Okay, so what I use is the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Crayon Brow Tint Pen. But I've noticed recently, even though it's not out of stuff, that it's just not tinting my brows the way I like. So I went ahead and bought the brow gel. But I don't like the applicator on it. It is just like a big dough foot. So what I do is I start out with the pen and I just do little strokes. And if I notice that I'm not quite getting, so you can see it does make, sorry, my nose itches. It does make a difference, but if it's not quite where I want it to be, I will open up the brow gel and just kind of like put it on the end of the pencil there, and then I will continue going through my brows and okay, hopefully that looks good. I'm having problems with my lighting and just trying to get everything set up the way I want it, and it's just not working for me recently. What did I do? Oh, Lord. Okay. Give me a second. I'm going to take this one off because it's definitely not working, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and did that brow off camera, and I have spooled through them. I know they're not perfect, and right now they're much darker than I usually do my brows. I don't like a overly dramatic brow, so yeah, I try to keep them more natural, but there we go. Okay, so the next item that we are going to dive into is, like I said, something that I have not used at all, actually. Not just not on camera, but I just haven't used it. And that is a eyeshadow palette called Harley Quinn and the Skull Bags DC. It retailed for $16.90 at Hot Topic. It was exclusively manufactured for Hot Topic, made in China, it says. Goes on about the ingredients on the back. It has 9 eyeshadows in it. So yeah, I love the little packaging. I like the little ribs on it and everything else, and I think that's why I bought it. Not so much because, you know, I wanted to do like a Harley Quinn look, because yeah, I know I can't do that. But anyways, let's open her up. This is what she looks like. It's got a little brush that I'm not going to use. It's still kind of taped to the inside here, but it's got, and see, that's the thing, it's got well, they're all mattes from what I can tell. I don't see any shimmers in there. So it looks like it's a black, blue, maybe a purplish color, green, red, a neutral, dark brown, white, and like a maroonish color. So there they are. I'm not going to swatch them on my hand because we're just going to go ahead and put them on the eyes. So let's start out by getting a brush here. If I, you know, remember which drawer everything's in. So I'm just using a nice fluffy brush. It is a ColourPop brush in collab with My Little Pony. I'm going to go into that light neutral tan shade here. It's got some kickback in the pan, quite a bit, but that doesn't mean, you know, that it's gonna have fallout. So we're gonna pop this all over the entire lid, like so. And I just do that because I want a nice smooth base. Okay, so now that that's on, I don't even like over blend with that one. It's just to kind of make it a little easier to blend, hard to blend eyeshadows, I think. And since I don't know this palette, haven't used this palette, I figured I wanted to be on the safe side and go ahead and put that on. So next I'm going to use a BH Cosmetics 101 fluffy brush. I'm going to go into the dark brown right here, this one. I'm just going to tap it a couple times, tap off the excess there, and I'm going to start by placing this on the outer corner and into the crease and upper lid area up towards the brow. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and take it all the way on up to that brow. And so I like to do circular and windshield washer like motions. I'm going to dip into it again, tap off that excess. It's definitely patchy, but something I like is like it's buildable. It's not like super intense to start, so you can build, because once you put it on, it's easier to put more on than it is to take away. So And I'm not going to do both eyes the whole time on camera. I just kind of wanted you guys to see by doing both how easy it is, because it seems to blend so far or go on pretty easy. It's blending nicely. And as usual, I don't know what it is. My left eye is always darker than my right eye. So I'm going to go off camera, finish this color, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've blended that out, and I'm going to go back into that lighter color that I used earlier and just blend it just a little bit more. On both eyes real quick. Okay, so we are blended on that. Next, I think I want to use actually before I use it, I want to swatch it, because sometimes with this color you can get over intense, and like I said, it's easier to remove something than it is to, it's easier to add on to something than it is to remove it. I want to swatch this black and see how black it is. Ooh, I will say on the fingers those are creamy. But it's not like super intense black. It's more of a gray. See? But I'm still going to use it to darken up that outer corner just a little bit. And to blend into the crease. So to do that, I don't want to use a great big brush. I'm going to go in with this little one here. It is the BH Cosmetics 105. And because I am kind of worried about fallout, because it definitely has some kickback, I just tapped it a few times. Like the color's not really there. And then definitely tap off that excess. Yeah. Once you tap off that excess, I will say, like, there's no color really. It goes away. It's there, but not quite what you want a black to be. It's more of a deep charcoal gray. That's okay, we'll just build on until we get it right where we want it, which so far that's the way I want it. Okay, we will go back and do the other eye in a few minutes. The next color I'm going to use is the I guess it's a maroonish brown, this one here, and I'm going to grab a packing brush. It's the BH Cosmetics 103. And once again, just tapping it into the pan. It definitely picks up, but you can see once you dust it, there's not a lot left. But so far, I'm not noticing like a ton of fallout, which is really nice. Okay. I'm gonna pop this here on the lower lid. That's not bad. I'm not like hating the color at all, so it's not super intense, but it's there, and it's got more of a pink to it than the maroon I was looking for. But it is blending nice, and it's not super patchy, not like that brown was, that initial brown when I first put it on. It was pretty patchy. So I'm not angry at it at all. I will say though that for the price, I would have liked a little bit more color payoff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera, do the other eye, make a match, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I went ahead and really blended it out. I did add a little bit more of that brown from earlier, but it's done. So next I'm going to go into that white that's in there, and I'm going to use my Luxie Mini Angled. I don't see a number on it. I'm going to go into the white that's in there. And let's see how well this does. And I'm going to highlight this brow bone. It's not bad. I mean, you can see it, but I'm going to put a little on the inner corner and see if it even shows. Yeah, it's definitely not like white. It's okay, I guess. I'm not in love with the white. So, let me do that. I'm going to go ahead and swatch the 1, 2, 3, 4 colors we did not use. I will say they are so creamy, buttery, soft. So here's the blue. It's pretty. But the color payoff, even though it's blendable, it just takes a lot to build it up. Ooh, that green, I like it. And then last but not least is the red, which just, yeah, it's not like a true red. So we're not quite done because the look isn't complete. We still have to do the under portion of the eye. But to get there, we need to put on some foundation. So that's next. And it is also a new one for me. It's not one that I have ever used before. So based on taking that off after swatching, I will say that the red color and the purple stained just a bit, and the blue kind of did. So, but I'm not mad about staining, it happens. So okay, so the new foundation I'm using is Physicians Formula Brightening Complex for all skin types. It's called the Healthy Foundation. It's got an SPF of 20, and the color I am using is LN4. It says that it's packed with vitamins and antioxidants, infused with Chinese Wuzhu Yu extract and hyaluronic acid, sodium salts to brighten, hydrate, and even your skin tone. Ultra blendable, lightweight, buildable, and breathable. So we will see. It doesn't say whether it's like a full coverage or not, but given the fact that it's buildable, it probably is not. So, the one thing I will say I don't like is it's a doe foot. So we're going to place a couple dots. I will say though that that doe foot seems to hold quite a bit of product, which is nice. Given that I don't think it's a full coverage, I mean, I'm not worried that I'm putting on way too much. So I actually wonder if I've got enough on to cover like the redness that I have going on and everything else. Because I'm not going to use a color corrector on my skin. I've never been a fan of color correctors, so I've bought them, used them maybe once, maybe twice, and then just don't touch them again. So I'm using my Jeffree Star JS1 brush to blend and apply my foundation. And on camera, it looks so much paler than, wow, I look pale. Man, my under eyes. I look like I haven't slept in about 30 years, even though I'm 35. Okay, so it definitely is light coverage. So I'm going to go off camera. I am going to put a little bit more on. I will let you guys know how much I put on in just a minute. Okay guys, so it's on, and I'm not a big fan of it. It took 2 layers, but I don't know if you guys can see. It's like really patchy right here. And it clings, and I don't know. I feel like you can really see it on my face. So, I don't know. But next, I need to go ahead before I go too far here. See if I can find what I'm looking for. Number one, I want to put on just a little bit more lip oil real quick. Okay. So the next step is to conceal. That's the word. Sorry. So right now I'm looking for my concealer. And then in, goodness gracious, my Ipsy box, I got a new brush. It is a Complex Culture Precision Concealer Brush, which I have used, and I really like it. So that's what I'm going to use for blending my concealer. So first thing I'm going to do is I have my Tarte Shape Tape in light medium. Sorry. I'm going to place a small dot here on the outside, on the inside, and right there. Just a tiny, tiny bit. Then, right underneath that, or right beside it, I should say, I'm going to use my Age Rewind by Maybelline Eraser of Dark Circles, because we definitely got those going on. And it's going to be in the color Light Pale. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop it I think I need to twist a little up here. Sorry. Right here in between the dots. Okay. We'll see if that's enough. If not, I'll add a little more. We're going to go with this first. So I'm going to use this wonderful concealer brush. And I'm going to kind of bring it under the eyes and up here. Down the side of my nose. I'm just going to blend that out. Now I'm going to go to the other side and do the same. Down the side of the nose. Like so. I definitely like this brush for my concealer, but let's see, what do I think? It looks good. So now I'm going to set my eyes with my, what one is this? My Laura Geller translucent setting powder here. Really fast. And I'm just going to use a mini beauty sponge, pick up some of that. pop it under my eyes to set them because I don't want them creasing from that concealer. I don't like fully bake when I do mine. Like, I've seen people, you know, cover a thick layer with powder under their eyes. I think it makes me look cakey. So I don't put as much. Okay, so I just use that one for my under eyes and my under eyes alone. I don't use it for anything else. The next one that I go in though, because we need to do this once I find it here. I actually really like this 7-Eleven stuff. It's Simply Me translucent all shades matte powder. And I'm going to use my Morphe Jeffree Star JS2 brush, just kind of swirl a little and set the rest of my face. I know right now I'm looking a bit pale, but don't worry, we're not done. Okay, so next we are going to contour or whatever. I'm not really like good at contouring, so bronze, contour, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to use my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. I'm going to get a e.l.f. bronzing brush. Just dip it into this, knock off some of that excess. And use it here. On the lower part of my cheek. Up on my forehead. Down a little on the side there. So guys, it does look nice. We're not quite done though. Go over here, do the same. Under my jowls. And so as you can see, I've added a bit more depth to my face. I don't like a super intense contour, so it's just not something I find flattering on myself, so I don't do it. It doesn't mean that it doesn't look good on other people. I just don't like it on myself. So okay, now we need to contour the nose, which I hate doing, but that's okay. I'm going to use this brush here. It's just one of my magic brushes. Dip into that same Too Faced Soleil. Just go along side of my nose, even a V shape in the front. And across here. Then I'm going to take that powder brush that I used earlier and just kind of make sure that we're good and blended. Okay, so now we are going to do the under eye portion using the Harley Quinn palette again. I am going to grab, let's see here, which brush. I guess I'm going to go ahead and use my Luxie angled brush because I just used the white for it. And I'm going to use that maroon color we used on the lid. And I'm just going to kind of go along that bottom lash line. Do the same to my other eye here. Then I'm going to use that tiny little brush that I used for the black earlier, and I'm going to use it by mixing one little dab into the black, two little dabs into the brown. We're going to go right underneath this red here, maroon, whatever color you want to call it, and just swipe that along like so. Do the same to the other eye here. And that's it. Okay, so the next product that I'm going to use is also new for me, but I'm not going to use it on camera. I will use it off camera and let you know what I think of it. It is, make sure I'm grabbing the one that I want to use. A Girl Lactic Precise Eyeliner Marker in Black Noir. It is long lasting and smudge proof. So be right back, gonna pop this on and we'll go on with the rest of the look. Okay, so I popped on some eyeliner and a little bit of mascara. I'm not gonna use lashes today. The next item I wanted to show you guys is also new for me. It is by Shanna B. It is a blush in the color Bellini. If I can get it open. It's a new product that I got in either my Ipsy or my BoxyCharm. This is it. I have tried it and I actually really like it. And you guys know that like my favorite blush that I use in like every video is my Physicians Formula. But I actually really like this one. So we're just gonna pop some of that right here on my cheek. It's subtle, but I like it. And that's not the only blush I'm putting on though, because it is pretty subtle. It doesn't, you know, like add a lot to the look. And then not only do I add it there, but I go in and I just kind of put a little on my nose. Next, I'm gonna grab, you know what, my favorite, my Physicians Formula blush. And we're gonna just kind of swirl it a little. We're gonna pop that on. Just blend it together with the other blush we already used. Okay. So once again, something that I'm gonna do is just ever so slightly, once I grab my last item here, just ever so slightly go over my face with powder one more time, just to help blend the contour and the blush together. So just not a lot of powder on the brush. And then take it up and down the nose. Okay, so the last item that we're using, like in general on the face, is going to be the highlight. So let me grab my JS4 brush here. And I have a highlight by K. Voss. It's called Fairy Dust. I've not used it. It is in the color Moonlight. Pretty pale. It's a lot Like the color reminds me of my, which one is that? Morphe, but we're gonna dab it in there. Set this down. And I'm just gonna highlight this cheekbone here. Can you guys see it? I hope you can. I'm gonna bring it up here, just above the brow. Do this on the other cheek, up above the brow. Get a dab at the tip of the nose, and then Cupid's bow, and then right here. Okay. And then what I want to do is take that again, use a blending eye brush by e.l.f. I'm going to go into that highlighter, and I'm just going to pop it right here on the inner corner of my eye, like so. You guys even see that highlight? I don't know. Can you see it? I hope you can. Okay. Now the last thing we're going to do is the lips. So I have two products here that I've not used on my channel. One was sent to me because I had entered a little like giveaway on Twitter, and it is Jeffree Star Mannequin color. And I bought this at our local dollar store, and I'm hoping the two colors will be okay. It is by Cara or Cara. It is an eyebrow and lip pencil. Let's see what that color looks like. It may be just a bit dark for that lip, but we'll see. Okay, so the lip is lined there, and then I kind of want to go here, 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 and add that color there. Then I'm going to go over with the mannequin. Oh my god, you guys, it smells like root beer. I love that. Well, unfortunately, that didn't quite work out the way I wanted. You can't really, you can't see the lip liner at all. And that's it. So that is the end of this makeup. And I really enjoyed the look. I think it looks nice on me. What do you guys think? I'm not doing lashes, but I still like the look. As for the palette, for the cost of it, whew, I think that's just a bit expensive. $16.90. For like the way some of the colors are, like just how pigmented they are, it takes a lot to get, you know, a good bit of color on. But once you do get it on, it blends so nice. I was surprised. And they're definitely soft and creamy, and I noticed there really isn't any fallout. So all in all, it isn't bad. But as for the price, you know, I am a big fan of different things, including Morphe brand. I've really come into that, and I'm not just referring to the James Charles palette, which I do own, but like I have the 35B, and I've learned that their makeup's really good, and it's inexpensive. my all-time favorite brand, as you guys know, is ColourPop. And I mean, the colors that they have in this Harley Quinn one, you can find all those colors with ColourPop, and I think the color payoff is a lot better, and they do blend a bit better than this one did. I think basically you're paying for the Warner Brother DC comic character in the end for the packaging, and the makeups, you know, so. But all in all, it's not horrible. If you like Harley Quinn, if you wouldn't mind, you know, having a not the greatest but not horrible eyeshadow palette, and you want Harley Quinn, I would definitely say go for it. The last thing I'm going to do for this look though, which I forgot to do, is set it. Oh, it feels so good. And forget it. In the meantime, that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. Hopefully it wasn't too long. Hopefully it turned out good. Again, if you did like it and you want to see more of my videos, please hit the subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and then ring that little bell to be notified whenever I put out another video. And hopefully this time around, no more surprise emergency surgeries, and I get to do a video a lot sooner. In the meantime though, stay beautiful. Bye.